Hey lovies, it's me, Tiff and Kat.
Huh?
Well, she's not me, but you get what I'm saying. We're here for another edition of
The
Hat Chat. And this week we're sporting our babe hats right from Sunshine Beauty and Bliss. So if you guys want one, you can go grab one. And we are super excited today because we're gonna literally chat about what it means to us to be small business owners. Because besides working here at Seed, Katlin and I both own our own businesses. I have the Mrs. T, as well as TiffanyHaywood.com, and Katlin has
McFadden Studio.
And part of the thing we were talking about is that one of the biggest hurdles when you start a small business is trying to figure out when it's a good time to invest in that business, even if you might not be making an income yet. And I think my biggest first investment into my business had to be getting it made into an LLC.
Yeah.
So it was a huge decision, but I knew it had to happen, but it was also a really big investment. But the thing I had to think about was, in the long run, it would benefit me more than not doing it.
Yeah.
And so some of the other things that we most likely have to invest in when we have a small business can be legal fees, accounting. What else, Caitlin?
I mean, equipment. Right now I'm looking at merchandise, investing so I can have a turnover of what I have on my website. And then of course, your training, your education pieces.
Definitely.
I think for me personally, I was nervous to invest in my business in the beginning, but it's a game changer when you decide to just take that leap of faith. Because as soon as I started investing in even myself, even being a business coach, I need training. I need a coach. Tiffany coaches me. Our executive director, Susie, has sat down and coached me. And once I started investing in the business, I'm starting to see the results of that.
Exactly. And the thing is, when you invest in education and making yourself more knowledgeable in the field that you're in, I have attended so many different blogging conferences, social media things, webinars, read so many books, and all of these things are investments not only in myself but in my business. But the thing about it is, once I have made those investments, I have that kind of in my pocket.
Yeah.
So now I can say, hey, I know about A, B, C, and D, and I can count myself as knowledgeable in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had a conference with a client recently, and they're the type of person they like to hire out. But I always try to tell my clients, I never want me to be that crutch where you can only rely on me for how to do something. Knowing how to do stuff on your own is key to being a small business owner, because believe it or not, you're not always able to source stuff out.
You're right. And that's I think you just totally hit that red that flag in my head, because I think empowering yourself to be able to do things, even if you do end up delegating, for example, I know a lot of people, and probably including myself, delegates accounting out. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to know what my numbers look like.
Exactly. You need to have enough knowledge. Right. And that's what I tell my clients. You need to have at least foundational knowledge.
Yeah.
The basics. So that if something goes haywire, A, you can spot what's wrong. And B, you can put a Band-Aid on it at least until you can get that other professional to come in and help you.
Right. So
and
important.
That goes from websites, from social media management, to your branding. The biggest fear of any blogger is when you go and your site is down.
Yeah.
You have that mini panic attack, oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah.
But if you have the basic knowledge, you can at least either shut the site down temporarily or find your host and get them to walk you through it. But it's all about investing in that knowledge. And so that's what our Hat Chat is about today, in case you guys haven't noticed.
Yay.
It's about investing in yourself and investing in your business. Because the thing about being a small business owner is you have to build confidence and loyalty with your customers and your clients. And one of the best ways to do that is to be knowledgeable about what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that brings us all back to here, what we do at Seed, because like we said, we're both business owners as well as business consultants here for the Women's Business Center of Fayetteville. And we want to invite you guys to come invest in yourself with us at our classes and workshops. We have so many amazing things lined up for the coming year, 2020, including we're going to start doing 3 parts in certain classes, such as Canva, Instagram, and Facebook, which means you get to start from the basics all the way to the intensive portions of those classes. So say you're just starting off on Instagram, we've got you covered. But then if you want to go a little more in depth and get into your insights and how to schedule out your content, we've got you covered there too. Same thing goes for Canva, same thing goes for Facebook. And that's what we have planned for 2020. We're gonna offer you the option to take 3 parts in topics that you know you need for your business. And then we're even gonna start doing full day workshops, right?
Yes.
Tell them about those.
So we're going to do intensive workshops where we're covering a variety of topics all in one day, especially because we know that y'all are busy. So if you can't make, a 3-week course, then we're going to give you as much meat information in one morning, one afternoon as we can.
And guess what else we're going to do? You get lunch.
That's right. We love food here at CC.
We like to eat.
I think everyone knows that by now.
They probably do.
But we love food.
We kind of like it. Especially local grub. Like if you see any of our feeds, watch our personal stories, you'll see we eat kind of often. And so what we're going to do is for those intensive workshops, we're going to include the option for you to have lunch with your ticket, with your registration for that day. So you'll be here hanging out with us, Kat and Tiff, and you'll get to invest in yourself and your business all at the same time. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, WBCFay, and on Instagram, WBCFay NC. And this will keep you in the loop as to what's going on. And then don't forget, you can always register for those classes directly through our events tabs on Facebook. Anything else you want to say?
Actually, yeah. I do want to add just like this one little thing, and I'm just like thinking in my head, is that one of the things that Susie always told me is that sometimes you're just too like in your business.
Yes.
And you got to work on your business. And that's a huge lesson for me.
It is.
And I just want to say in the investing in yourself, just from my personal experience, is sometimes you need that training piece or that outside person to come in and say, it's okay to spend this money, or this is a worthwhile expense.
You're gonna see results from this,
right? Like I needed that. It's just something I'm sitting here thinking about.
It just hit her. She just had an aha moment.
I'm kind of looking at this like, I might need some of these things.
And that's the thing. You never stop learning.
You don't.
I always call myself a forever student because I love signing up for different classes.
But even you see it in your business because you're always evolving.
Yeah, and also everything we do in business is evolving. There's always a new algorithm or a new way to post on Facebook. And so I like to continually take those classes so that I can then share that information with you guys. Yeah. So join us.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Is what we're saying. I'll be there. I'll be there. She'll be there. We have a class tomorrow for Instagram 101.
Yes, it's going to be so fun.
Come check it out. We have a brand new PowerPoint. So even if you took Instagram before when we had
it's all different.
It's all different. Come see us anyway. And come hang out with us and stay tuned for the next Hat Chat.
Bye.